everyone, it's everyone's favorite born-again botanist, Sarah, ready to bring botany back harder than Justin Timberlake brought sexy back in the early 2000s. After a brief 2-year hiatus, we are back at it again, ready to share some botany love. And so I am at one of my research sites in eastern New Mexico right now, and we'll go out and see if we can't find any plants that y'all might not know of. It'll be plants similar to the high plains of Texas, some Transpecus plants, but let's go see what we can find. Get your botany hats on and get ready to learn some knowledge that will impress everyone at your next family reunion or on your next date.
All right, everyone, got our first plant. It's a little windy, so I apologize. And so what we're looking at is Glandularia bipennitifida, or prairie verbena. It's in the Verbenaceae family. This plant can be foot to 2 tall, herb or subshrub growth form. This one's a little water deficient, so it's not as healthy. Distinguishing about this plant is the violet to purple inflorescence that occurs on the terminal ends of the branches and kind of globular looking structures. Petals are always going to be purple and violet, bilaterally symmetrical corolla with distinguishing notches at the end of each petal lobe. Also, this flower has corolla tubes that are going to be about 1.5 times longer than the calyx, or the collection of sepals around the bottom of the inflorescence. Vegetatively, this plant has opposite simple leaves, and the leaf margins are pinnately divided. This plant is also very pubescent. It's described as hirsute, which just means really, really hairy. And so prairie verbena, Glandularia bipennitifida. All right, everyone, got our next plant, and this one's a special one. So we're looking at Berlandiera lyrata, or chocolate daisy. It's an aster, family Asteraceae, so sunflowers, as you can tell by the flower. And the main trait of this plant is that, number one, it smells like chocolate, hence the common name chocolate daisy. It's a 1 to 2 foot perennial that typically blooms between April and November. Foliage is going to be a very coarse green-gray. Variable leaf shape typically follows the shapes of oblanceolate or obovate to spatulate. Terminal inflorescences, as you can see on this one, with yellow ray flowers and a maroon central disc flower set. It is a sunflower, so you've got your ray and your disc flowers. And another defining characteristic of this plant is the involucre on the bottom side. So it is a whorl of bracts that surround the flower. And on this particular species, it's very cup-like. And as you can see, it kind of overlaps one another, kind of supporting the underside of the flower, holding up the rays and encircling the disc flowers, as you can see there. So I'm going to pull this one just so you can get a better look at that involucre there. Also, this flower has a kind of maroonish looking veins on the underside of the ray flowers, gigomages. And so, chocolate flower, Berlandiera lyrata, smells like chocolate.